My name is Kirk. I'm a kitchen supervisor. I'm 30 years old, and I like to go hunting for waterfalls on the weekends. I guess what sparked my interest in hunting for waterfalls was I just got tired of sitting around the house on the weekends or maybe doing the same things that I normally do, and I was looking for something different. And I picked up a book by Tim Ernst that had a list of over 200 waterfalls in the state of Arkansas, and found out that there are actually a bunch of them that are within 1 hour of Russellville. And I thought, man, like this would be really neat if I could go out and start seeing some of these things. And that's what I started doing. I've been to about over 50 of them so far. Typical process for seeking out a waterfall for me is mainly just kind of seeing how much time I have for my day, how much it's rained recently, where it's rained, what kind of flow the creeks have that feed the waterfalls, and then just kind of picking out something that's close. Typical clothing, if you go during the warmer months, the most important thing year-round is a comfortable pair of either hiking shoes or hiking boots, preferably ones that are waterproof, as you're likely to step in a creek at some point or walk in some snow. I normally wear jeans when I go out hiking, but you can get some, just any sort of sturdy kind of heavy duty pants, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of bushwhacking through some thorns and tree limbs and everything. It'll keep you from getting a bunch of scratches. And then like a light long sleeve shirt for the summer, just to keep any poison ivy or poison oak off of you. And in the winter, you definitely want to wear some warm clothing, jackets, hoodies, or toboggans, just to stay warm.
Hope I wore the appropriate gear.
Most waterfalls that I go to, I would say that the hike is anywhere generally from 1 to 3 miles long. Some of them are pretty easy, some of them are pretty strenuous. The most strenuous ones I've been on are probably Hemmed-In Hollow in northern Arkansas, which has a elevation change of about 1,800 feet. So coming back out of that was a little rough.
Off trailing it?
Off trailing.
Oh man.
Tips for beginners, honestly, maybe find a friend that goes out and does something like this, or if you just want to tackle it by yourself, Go out, grab a Tim Ernst book, or you can go to waterfall.io on the internet, and they have a guidebook as well that features trail maps and GPS coordinates, and either of those two places are really, really good places to start.
Oh, these thorns. Why? Ah!
I have been injured while trying to find a waterfall. It's not been anything serious so far, so I'm lucky in that aspect. But I've fallen, I've gotten cuts and bruises and bumps. I had a pretty good one on my shin one time from falling into a rock, and that kind of sucked a little bit because I still had 2 miles to hike until I got back to my car, but that's probably been the most dangerous thing. Uh, I've fallen and tumbled probably a good 40 feet. The fall was last year actually, whenever it was icy too, and I was out around Falling Water looking at different ice formations, and I was coming down the hill that I climbed up, and the tree that I grabbed onto actually broke, and that was what caused me to tumble down the hill. So if you ever grab a tree, make sure that it's not going to break on you.
I'm really tired, and we've only gone 1/10 of a mile.
So we've probably gone half a mile, maybe 2/10 down all the way to where we were, and then 2/10 back. We figure maybe another 10th for all the walking around is done. So just a little half mile. So when I used to go out and hunt for waterfalls, all I had was just a little handheld like 3 megapixel camera or the camera off of my phone, and I would sit there and I'd take pictures and post them on the internet or show them to my friends. They're like, wow, like that's really awesome. And then I found the Waterfalls Arkansas page, and I know it's what everybody does, but I want the kind of glassy water look that everybody gets. And so I finally got around to buying an actual camera to where I could slow down my exposure time to get the look that I wanted. And my pictures have been coming out a lot better, and they're a lot closer to what I actually want. So that's been a neat thing for me, is that I've kind of started doing both things around the same time, and it's pretty enjoyable. It's nice, and maybe I can make some extra money. This might be bigger than rabbit poop. I don't know what it would be, but it is poop.
How do you like the aroma of nature now? Be careful, Kirk.
I like to seek out waterfalls mainly because of the experience, and it's something new, it's something different, something I've never done before. A lot of them are the same, but they're also very different. And for me, it's not about just getting to the waterfall, it's also the journey to get there. It's showing yourself that you can do something, especially on the really strenuous and hard trails, that maybe you didn't do before, you didn't think you would want to do. So it's kind of about the process, of getting there that gives me enjoyment and fulfillment. You're outside, you're exploring, you're seeing new things, so it's never really a bad trip.